Hey there, I hope you're having a great day so far. So the point of today's video is quite simple. I'm going to go over what does it actually take to rank number one for family law attorney Dallas. This is a rather competitive term. As you can see here, like the keyword difficulty per Ahrefs is 42 out of 100. So this is rather significant. And why it's interesting to me is that, first of all, we do SEO for law firms. Many of our clients are law firms. And also the other part is that law firm SEO or doing SEO or just even if you're doing it for yourself and you being a law firm is one of the most competitive, if not the most competitive niche, a local niche in the world. And that's just because many customers for law firms, they turn to Google to find a law firm. Google is just an obvious place for them to look for. And also each customer is worth a lot of money to law firms. So that's why. This is also why lawyers or law firms have one of the highest cost per clicks for paid ads. And this is also why SEO can be super powerful. Like if you know how to rank, this can be super lucrative. And I would imagine that companies ranking at the top are making millions from ranking at the top. So this is definitely worth your while to work on your SEO if you own a law firm or if you're doing marketing for a law firm. So yeah, I'm just going to quickly go over why this company here, McClure, is ranking number one in the Dallas area for family law attorney. I don't want to waste your time. Let's get straight to it. What I've done is I've just simply done some notes here based on what I saw, all the most important factors that drive rankings. I want to score from 0 to 5 out of 5. And here's how this particular business is scoring. And as you can see here, they have a lot of 5s, which means that it's actually quite competitive to try and beat them, but it's definitely possible because they aren't like, they don't currently have 5 out of 5s in all of their categories. So they're still lacking in some of those fronts here. So yeah, the point here is that just to show you what it takes, if you are in the law niche, what does it take in one of the biggest cities in the United States? So if you're in a smaller city, you can just simply take the same practices that are working for the most competitive cities and apply them to your city. You don't probably need to, like if you're in a smaller city with a population of less than 1 million or maybe even less than 500,000, you don't need to score a 5 out of 5 in each of these categories. So the better you score, the better your rankings. Sorry, I digress. So let's get straight to the point. So the first thing that you see here is that how many reviews they have. They have 333 reviews, and the average score of these reviews is a 4.9. Also, you need to compare it to your competitors. So in this case, like their other competitors have less reviews, meaning that they have the highest amount of reviews. And usually for law firms, you don't need thousands. Like anything above 200, I would score a 5 out of 5. So that's job well done. It's not that easy to get reviews from your clients. Most people are not interested in leaving reviews. So them getting over 200 and getting actually 333 right now here shows this is a super powerful sign. It's really hard to replicate. And this is why I'm scoring them a 5 out of 5. So if you want to compete with them, I would recommend to definitely focus on your review strategy, trying to get at least 100. So yeah, and as well as average score 4.9. I would say that it's even better than 5.0 because 5.0 doesn't really instill that much trust because there are a lot of scammers out there. So people might just think that like it's not natural to have like a perfect 5.0 out of 5. And so 4.5 is more natural and makes sense. So yeah, in that sense, it's like almost perfect, or I would even say like I would even go as far as say that it's a perfect score. So yeah, of course, a 5 out of 5 here as well. And the next thing is their Google Business Profile Optimization. And this is pretty straightforward. It's not that hard to do. All you need to do is, first of all, have a business profile, then have images here, preferably from your team and also from the outside and of your business, as ever many business pictures as you can include. Then it's also important to have the main category in place, and this should be relevant to your business. So in this case, it's divorce lawyer in Dallas, Texas. And also you need to have your address, you need to have your opening hours and your phone number. And also it's really good to have questions and answers. So they have 5 different questions and answers here. So this is pretty much all you need to have in addition to a description, and also they are posting here as well. So it's a 5 out of 5 in my book as well, because they are doing everything. So their business profile is complete. They are basically filling in all the forms that you can see in the business profile section. So yeah, if you want to compete with them, you also need to do the same. Luckily, it's not that hard. Like this is the easy part. So yeah, they are getting a 5 out of 5 here as well. So the next part is citations. And with citations, what I usually do, how I check this is, and what citations are, if you don't know, is they're just basically your profile, your business profiles in different business directories. But also like you having a LinkedIn profile could also be categorized as a business profile or a citation. So it's just the way the simplest way to measure it is how many mentions or how many places have mentioned your business. So, and the way I look for it is I just look for the business name here. And I want to see how many indexed citations do they have. This is a simple way to check it. Let's just go add your business name into Google with quotation marks and see what's the number here from the search tools. And like, let's compare it. Like, so they have a 5060, which is like anything above 2000, I would score a 5 out of 5. And citations are quite important because that's a massive part of Google's map back algorithm. And again, like map back is this part here, which is where you want to show up. These are the local rankings, organic rankings, and these are the map back rankings. And to drive map back rankings, you need citations. So let's look at someone who's not ranking as well. So the Barbosa law firm. Let's see how many citations do they have. So just gonna add their name here, like so, the quotation marks, and I'm gonna open the tools. So these guys here have 1010. So it's not always the case that you need to have the most, but it's just an important ranking factor. And anything above 2000, once again, I would score a 5 out of 5. So they've done a great job at getting a lot of index, getting the business mentioned on many, many different places, on thousands of different places, and also getting those mentions indexed. What index means is that like if you buy citations, if you know about citations and you think that you're going to buy them, like you go to Fiverr and try to order a Fiverr gig, most of them won't get indexed at all. So meaning that like these won't get counted. These signals won't get counted by Google, and yeah, they won't, basically not going to do much for you. So this business getting like over 5,000, that's a massive strength signal. That's super powerful for them. Let's just, out of curiosity, I think these guys even had more. Hargrave family, yeah, they have over 8,000. But still, you don't need to score, you don't need to be the best at everything. You just need to score high in different factors. So then what I'm looking at is on-page optimization. How well is their page that's currently ranking? So if you go to their website for McClure Law Group, the one we're looking at, how well is their homepage or their particular search page optimized to rank for that keyword? That's also an important local ranking factor. And yeah, like if I look at here, I'm using a tool like called Surfer SEO. This tells me, like I just inputted the keyword family law attorney Dallas and the main service page for McClure Law to target this page, to target this keyword, sorry. And their score is a 57 out of 100. And as you can see here from this pretty straightforward graph, it's not optimal, it's far from optimal because 100 is the best score. Usually it's quite hard to get to 100, if not possible, impossible. So yeah, I would score anything above 80 with a 5 out of 5. And if you're scoring the 60s or 70s, I would give you a 4. But in this case, I would give them a 3 because it's actually not that hard to get to above 70, which is what we usually do for all of our clients. Because the better your own page, the easier it is for you to rank. And it's not that hard to boost your own page. You just simply need to have access to a tool like this one here, which is going to give you some of the keywords that Google wants to see for a page that they want to rank number 1. So again, them not having a perfect score here shows that there's still room for improvement and there's still room for someone else to take over their place. Like if they would have like a 90 out of 100 here, and also if they would do better on some other fronts, then I would say that it's really hard to beat them. But in this case, yeah, there's like a low-hanging fruit factor here that they're missing out on a bit. Now we like the sixth part, for the 6th point here is the amount of backlinks that they have. And so in order to look at how many backlinks do they have or how quality are the backlinks is, I open up a tool called Ahrefs, which is a tool for SEO, to do SEO optimizations and SEO analysis. And what this tool tells me is that how strong their overall domain is. And they have a score of 23 out of 100, which is quite good, but like it's not that hard to beat. What we usually try to get for our clients is usually something above 30, if not 40 or 50. Because the higher your DR, the easier it is for you to rank with your main service pages and also with your blog articles. So yeah, at 23, I would score, because it's a niche site, it's a law firm site, I would give it a 3. So looking at like how many decent quality backlinks they have to their main exact URL ranking for this particular keyword. And I'm looking at 2 follow links only, 1 link per domain, and links with a DR of at least 20 to only show the highest quality links, and also only links that have at least some traffic. So I see that they only have 27 types of links. So yeah, again, like this isn't that hard to beat. These like for example, for one of our clients, we're building this many links per month. So yeah, this just depends on the competition, how competitive it is to rank in a particular niche. But again, it's also just one of the factors. And yeah, I would give their backlinks a score a 3 out of a 5, and also their DRE, I scored them a 3 out of 5 as well. So these are also a weakness of theirs. Like the on-page, the backlinks, and the DR are a definite weakness of theirs. Now, if we look at the 8th factor, which is topical authority, I have to give them a 5 out of 5. And what I mean by topical authority is that like how many articles they have in covering different legal terms, legal topics about the services that they offer. And if I look here, like they have over 600 pages, most of these being blog articles. So this tells me that they have like temporary custody modification, bill of review in family law cases, and so on. Is my spouse entitled to half of my 401k? Yeah, this is giving them a lot of topical authority. So I would say that they are definitely scoring a 5 out of 5. I'm not saying that like, if you want to compete with them, you also need to have at least like 600 articles. That's not the case. But what I am saying is that you need to pay attention to this. Sometimes what we've seen is that like law firms, even with like 50 articles that are super direct, covering the most important topics for their particular niche or their particular area of focus in terms of law. So 50 blog articles might suffice. So it really depends on the niche. But in their case, yeah, they have a ton. And in order, like, let's say if you want to compete, I would recommend to also look at some other competitors that are like maybe in the second or the third position and see how many they have. But yeah, this gives these guys, this give McClure Law Group a ton of authority. So this is a massive strength of theirs. I would even give them a 6 out of 5 with this because they just have so many articles. But again, one of the weaknesses, which is my 9 point that I see, is that their blog strategy, although they have a massive amount of articles, it's not really that, like these articles aren't doing a great job for them, because you see here, like they have 13 pages in this report here, and each page has around like 50 articles on it, or 50 pages. Like, and if we only scroll down to the bottom of the first page here, we see that like the 50th article or page, it's only getting like 11 visitors per month. And if we go to the second page here, we see that we like the numbers here, the monthly traffic numbers are declining rapidly. So yeah, like 11 pages of blogs get like less than 4 clicks per month. So it's basically worthless because it costs a lot of money to create legal content. And of course, yes, these aren't all blog articles. Like they also have like there's a lawyer page here, but still they're missing the opportunity. They're probably not doing keyword research sufficiently, or they're not optimizing their articles with a tool like Firm SEO, which I showed you before, like this kind of tool. We use this tool to create content for our clients because the tools, again, like it tells us what keywords to add in the articles, how lengthy or how long the articles need to be, and so on. Like you see here, word count. The suggested range is between this much. So yeah, it also compares to the competitors and so on. So yeah, again, like their blog strategy is, although they have a lot of content which gives them a lot of topical authority, they are lacking massively in terms of finding out what are the most important keywords to write about that have a lot of searches, and also then creating blog articles that are optimized to rank for those terms, because they aren't really ranking that well. Like getting a few clicks per month to those articles, it's not really what they're after. Like if you think about how much it costs to create an article, usually to us, like it's depending on the quality, can range from $100 to $500 per one article, depending on how do we need to use subject matter experts, or can we use generalist writers. But still, like if you have to spend like a couple hundred to write an article and you're only getting like a couple visitors to your blog per month from that's far from ideal. So yeah, but as you can see, like they have a ton of mistakes. They make many mistakes, but most of the things that affect rankings, they are doing quite well. So yeah, you don't need to be perfect, but you need to do decent or near perfect to outrank them. So just to summarize, if you want to rank for family law attorney Dallas, you need to do at least as good as the current top rankers are doing. And if we look at the current number one ranker, McClure Law Group, what they're doing great with is the amount of reviews they have. They have a ton of reviews. The average review score is a 4.9, so you need to match that or get close to that. Their Google Business Profile Optimization is a 5 out of 5. They are doing almost everything that they need to do. So yeah, they're doing great with that as well. They have a ton of citations with over 5,000 being indexed by Google. And their topical authority is huge because they have over 600 pages covering different aspects and different questions that people are asking about family law. So yeah, they're doing great on those aspects. But also there are a few things that they're lacking. One of which is their on-page optimization is a 57 out of 100. So if you are trying to compete with them, you should definitely try to do better. Also, their backlinks, they only have 27 groups of quality backlinks to their most important service page, which is their homepage. So again, you could do better than that. And also their DER, their domain rating, is a 23 out of 100, which is not that hard to beat with a good amount of SEO budget and deliberate link building work. So yeah, if you have any questions, leave a comment down below, or you can email me. You can find my email from the description. Thank you, and I wish you best of luck. Bye-bye.